One thing that I've really hated as an adult is moving. I hate moving so much, from packing up the boxes to having to clean and organize everything. Like it's such a nightmare. And as someone who moved, I mean, there was a point in our lives where we moved 4 times in 5 years. I can tell you, I feel your pain when you're thinking about moving to a different email service provider. I feel it. I feel it whenever I went from MailChimp back in 2017 and trying to figure out what the heck this thing was, and then getting frustrated with the, features it didn't have that I really wanted. It was lacking. And then thinking about moving to ConvertKit, which I did eventually. We'll talk about that in a second. But it was just, it just felt overwhelming. And I did not even have a big list. When I say big, like I don't even think I had 100 people when I first started, but it still felt overwhelming. So if you are in the process of having an email service provider, like just you're at this moment of crossroads of do I stay with the one that I have or do I switch to someone else? I'm actually going to walk you through ConvertKit's migration services. So if you have over 5,000 email subscribers and you're thinking about moving, I want to show you just how easy it is to make that happen. So let's get right to it. Hi there, Crystal here today. I'm a podcast coach and content strategist. And like I said, we're talking about moving. We're talking about those of you that are thinking about using ConvertKit and switching from a different email service provider to one that you know is really going to work for you. But I know maybe you have all these thoughts in your head like, I don't know what I'm doing, or like, is this the right move for me? Is this going to be hard? How much time is this going to take? Am I going to have to hire a project manager just to do this one thing to keep my business going? So really, I just want to walk through in today's video how simple this process is. And did you know that ConvertKit has a free migration service that they provide to people with 5,000 plus subscribers that are trying to move over to ConvertKit? So I've already mentioned ConvertKit multiple times today. They are the sponsor of today's video, and we are going to dive into how simple this process is, and it could just mean so much for you and for your creator business. So I'm going to go to the computer and show you how simple this is. Okay, so the first thing I need you to do is go to convertkit.com/migrations. So once you've landed here, you're going to see that there is a simple intake form to help you make the switch, to make your life easier. So you're going to fill in your email and then put in your first name, your last name, your current email provider. So you can have, the drop down here. If I were switching from my previously used MailChimp, then I would click that and I would put in the number of subscribers. And the reason why this is important is so we can kind of understand like what kind of white glove service you need. Like if you're importing a 6,000 person list, okay, awesome. We could be prepared for that and make it happen. But if we're doing 2 million, different story, right? It may require a different type of support. So make sure that you select the one that is for the number of subscribers that pertains to your specific list. And then you're going to click Request Setup Service. Now, what's really cool about this, and you can continue reading on like how the service works. You tell ConvertKit your needs. From there, you get matched with an expert, again, that can handle the type of support that you really need. Plus, we're just going to let you know, like, hey, we're here for you. We are here to make this so much easier for your process, because ConvertKit knows how important your list is to your creator business and really just contacting your people. So they get it. They understand how important it is. Like, I think of like back in the day, this was like your Rolodex. right? The old school Rolodex that spins around, and how valuable that is. Like, just imagine you have all of these precious contacts. You don't want to lose them. You want to make sure everything's transferred. And also you want to cut down on that excess time that you may waste having to go back and re-tag people or make sure that no one gets lost in the shuffle. They get it. They understand. This isn't their first rodeo, as we say here in Texas. So ConvertKit, they are absolutely here for you. So let's go back down to more migration options. There are two ways to do it. You have people that have less than 5,000 and people that have more than 5,000. So again, it's important to select which list your current number falls under. But if you have over 5,000, then we have subscriber list, tags, groups, and segments, forms, sequences, automations, and email templates. So again, you're just gonna click here and it'll take you back to fill out the form and make it happen. But let's keep reading on at some of the other things that typically come up, right? The common questions, the FAQs for migrating an email list. Who's eligible? Well, everybody is. Isn't that cool? If you have a paid plan with ConvertKit, this is a free service that they offer. You are gonna get a ConvertKit resource dedicated to you and your list whenever you sign up for this service. Fantastic, right? How much will this cost? Nothing. Ding, ding, ding. Like, it's the same, right? I feel like I'm like a winner on The Price is Right. It's like, oh, I just won. And I don't have to do anything extra. And then what will you move from my current provider? Again, at a minimum, they're gonna move your subscribers and your tags. But if you have more than 5,000 people, that's all the features that we just talked about. And then how long will the migration take? Now, this is one where you're like, oh, like I have a big launch coming up. Like I have, promotions that are going to be happening. I need to know how fast can we make this switch as possible, right? You want to rip the Band-Aid off. You don't want to have that slow burn. You want to make sure that you get this done as quickly as possible. They get it. You get it. Let's make it happen. So for a light migration, you can expect about 2 to 5 business days. For a standard migration, it's going to take from a week to 10 days, and then a custom migration is 10 plus business days. Now, again, this is going to depend on how complex your list is. If you have 200 people, like done in a snap, right? Make it happen. If you have 2 million people, different story with a lot of complex moving parts. You want to make sure that it's done right. So just be aware and plan accordingly for when the migration takes place. This is about how long it's going to take. But again, your ConvertKit expert will inform you of exactly how much time it's going to take to complete this entire process. Now, can I pay to move it faster? Now it says we have some incredible friends who can help if you're in a time crunch. So whenever you click on this, I'm gonna open this in a new tab. It says the Experts Archive. So these are some people that are dedicated to helping you make this happen. They are certified ConvertKit experts that can move this along a little bit quicker. If you're like, I'd rather invest in having someone dedicated to be on my team to make this happen, they could temporarily be on your team and help you make this transition so much smoother for you. So I'm just saying, check it out. They're already ConvertKit, like stamp of approval already on them. But let's go back to the other questions. Will I still be able to send emails and gain new subscribers during my migration? Well, there's a lot going on behind the scenes. It takes time, and we want to make sure you don't miss a step with your people. That's why we recommend you keep using your current platform to connect with your audience during the migration. Did you hear what they said, right? Like it's this weird handoff transition period. You're passing the baton from your current email service provider to ConvertKit, and you want to make sure that no one gets lost in the mix. So until the migration is fully complete, continue to do your processes as they are today. And once the migration is done, then we can close things out and put a pretty little bow on it and make sure that we have everybody. All right, now the next one is I'm about to launch a new product. Should I wait to move it? It says we do our best work with our marketing and launch timeline that you have. If your launch runs over 2 to 3 weeks or affects your email marketing setup, we recommend you wait until we finalize the switch. Again, like, let's not overcomplicate things, especially during a launch. Let's make sure that everything runs as smoothly as possible during the promotion that you're working on, and do this at a time where maybe it's a little bit slower in your business, or you know that you're not going to have any kind of overlap of, oh my gosh, I'm going to lose people during this big launch, or we're doing all these sequences, automations. Like, don't make it more complex than it has to be. But also, your ConvertKit expert that's going to be assigned to your migration will be able to answer those questions and help you decide when the time makes the most sense for you. Now, can you move over subscribers that are in the middle of an automation? This gets a little tricky, right? Because you'll have people that are like going through your funnel. I have a welcome sequence that's like, 7 emails. And if they're going through it and they're on email 3, but I'm making the switch, that feels like it can get complex. So here's what they have to say. It's best to let your subscribers finish out any automations they're currently in before moving them over. There's no safe way to move subscribers over to ConvertKit at a specific point in an email sequence or set of automated emails. So it could get a little tricky, but also this is why it's not recommended to do this like right in the middle of a huge promotion, or if you're about to get featured on the cover of Forbes and you're gonna get all this traffic and everything. Maybe waiting until all that like dies down a little bit, then have the migration actually happen successfully would be the way that I would approach that. But you get what I'm saying. All right, can you set up integrations for me? Yes, we can set up any integrations you have if you're migrating with a list larger than 5,000. Here's the list of native integrations we have. If you're interested, okay, let's take a look at these. So integration archives. So these are all of the ones, if you ever have like a third-party API and they're like, oh, I want to, plug into ConvertKit's, this is what you're going to see. These are all the ones that they currently work with today, and tons more if you keep on going down the list. So integrations, again, one of those questions, just ask your ConvertKit migration expert and they can answer those questions for you. Now, I'm still not sure if this is what I need. No problem. You can schedule a demo. So when you click on schedule a demo, you're again just going to fill out an information request form and get in touch with someone at ConvertKit and they will help you. It is one of my favorite things about ConvertKit. I have had the best customer service anytime I've ever had an issue, or just reached out to the support team, or gone to look at a help article or watched a video. I mean, like, top notch, chef's kiss customer service. It's what I love about ConvertKit. But request a demo, get with someone, and they can walk you through step by step some of those things that you may not feel so sure about, or you still have tons of question on that are specific to your business. Make sure you reach out to ConvertKit to ease those nerves a little bit. So let's pretend that you're like, yes, I am sold, Crystal. I am doing this free migration service. What can you expect after you submit your form? The very first thing is you're gonna have a transparent management portal. This is gonna have your checklist of like, these are all the things that ConvertKit's gonna suggest that you do before you even schedule for this to happen, right? You wanna make sure that your I's are dotted and your T's are crossed before you get into that migration mode and mindset. We know you're excited. You are so thrilled to be using ConvertKit as your email service provider, but there are some things that you need to do to make sure that you don't lose anybody in transit of moving your email service provider from one to ConvertKit. The second step is you're going to get that dedicated ConvertKit migration expert that we talked about earlier. They're gonna lay it out of how everything's gonna work for your custom migration and answer any questions that you have, so you are confident that this is going to work for your creator business. And the third thing on top of that is you're going to have a marketing systems audit. And what this looks like is your migration specialist is going to walk through your goals and make sure that everything is set up properly in ConvertKit. So when that migration is complete, you are hitting the ground running. You are excited to promote your lead magnets or set up your automations or have all of your funnels working properly because you laid that foundation with your migrations expert. So we're going to make sure that in that auditing process, you are going to continue to hit your goals with ConvertKit. And the fourth, and probably the most important, is a deliverability audit. Now, what this looks like is making sure that your emails are going to your people and they are getting in their inbox. So many times, other email service providers don't provide this type of emphasis on deliverability, but I know firsthand ConvertKit does. They have a whole podcast about deliverability defined and what that looks like. So I know it's always top of mind for their content creators and everything that they're trying to send out. They want to make sure that your important message is making it to your people's inboxes. So you're going to have a deliverability audit to make sure that your messages are getting to your people. So there you have it, a quick overview of ConvertKit's free migration service. So I want you to check it out. Go to convertkit.com/migrations to check out this free service, because if you have been looking at ConvertKit, and I know you have, you already know it's the right choice for you. So make sure you have this service right at your fingertips so everything happens smoothly and flawlessly as you convert your audience over to ConvertKit. But that's all I have for you today. So make sure you check out the other videos that we have here on the channel. Make sure you hit that subscribe button wherever you're watching this. And as always, remember, keep it up. We all have to start somewhere.